Hey guys, this is Accounting Nightmare, and this is Gara'jal the Spiritbinder on normal 25-man mode. So of the 6 bosses in here on 25-man, this one is probably the easiest, which is kind of weird thing as he's the 3rd boss, but anyway. Just his mechanics are really simple. It's pretty easy to deal with this guy. So he puts a debuff on his tank called Voodoo Doll, and he also puts Voodoo Doll on 3 other people at random. Now the idea is that the people who have this debuff, the damage taken by one of them hits everyone else as well. Most of it anyway. Yeah, so the people who have Voodoo Doll, they're going to be taking most of the damage the tank takes as well. It's not very much, he doesn't hit very hard, but it's something to look out for. And make sure your healers have Voodoo Doll on their raid frame so they know who to heal. And the other effect of Voodoo Doll is that the people who have it can't go into the spirit world. That's important. And I'll explain what the spirit world is in a second. But something else about Voodoo Doll is that the tank who has it, he's being fixated. No one else can taunt off of him. So if you have someone just go bananas at the start of the fight and pull aggro, he might get Voodoo Doll and then you're kind of screwed. Because you can't get aggro off him until he dies. So every so often he'll banish his current tank into the spirit world. And when that happens, he will assign Voodoo Doll to the other tank, and the Voodoo Doll people will change at random. You can't control who gets it, you just have to roll with the punches. Once the tank's banished to the spirit world, he actually gets a special mob that he has to kill, and once he kills that, he'll be able to escape and he'll come back. It shouldn't be too hard to kill them. Your tank should have some vengeance from tanking the boss. Yeah, so the main mechanic of the fight is the spirit world. In the spirit world, the boss keeps creating these ads, these sort of spirit guys who you can sort of see them here. They're shooting shadow bolts at random people. Yeah, they can attack you from the spirit world, but you can't attack them. You have to go into the spirit world yourself. To do that, you use these totems that the boss creates. You want to have a group of 5, go stand in the totem and kill the totem, and you will all get sucked into the spirit world. Yeah, now you can actually attack these little buggers. Yeah, so you want to send 4 DPS and 1 healer, because the healer has to heal everyone up to full health, and that will activate an extra action button that they can use. And you have to press this button to escape the spirit world. And yeah, once you get in the spirit world, you get a debuff for 30 seconds. Once that runs out, you die. You're just dead. So you have to escape that before your debuff hits 0. I like to hit it around 5 seconds, but you can cut it a bit closer, but don't cut it too close. So yeah, the spirit world is pretty simple. Just your DPS blows up as much as they possibly can, and your healer needs to top everyone up. And when your tank gets in there, if he's going really well with his particular ad he has to kill, he might be able to kill some other spirits as well. It's completely up to him. You can send the same 5 people over and over, but we actually have a rotation of 2 different groups. There's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, it's just good practice for heroic mode, because on heroic you have to have a rotation. Also, the healer who goes into the spirit world, he gets tons of mana back. So it's good to have, you know, more than 1 healer in the rotation. Otherwise, you've got 1 healer with crap loads of mana, and all the rest of your healers are slowly running out. That just seems kind of silly to me. Also, once your DPS emerge, they get a DPS buff of some kind, and then they can use it on the boss. Whereas if you're sending that same group over and over, they're just going to get that buff and then go straight back into the spirit world, so you don't really get to make use of it. And you want to have backups assigned, because that person who has Voodoo Doll can't go in the spirit world, so you need to quickly call out and vent who's going to take their place. You want to have a few backup DPS and a backup healer. And once he hits about 25% or 20%, he enrages. He doesn't do spirit totems anymore, but you can still go into the spirit world if you want, but you don't have to. It's best to just stay out and blow him up at that point. Yeah, so that's a pretty simple fight. It's good practice for heroic mode, because heroic isn't really that different. It's just a lot of the damage just gets boosted straight up. It's a couple of new mechanics, but yeah, it's a very simple fight. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.